Alright, so I'm continuing on this story. AI Somnium Files. This basically means artificial intelligence to dive deep into your memory blocks or your memory mines. Basically, Somnium Files simply means stores your deepest memories, and the AI is allowing itself to access those memories. Well, it's the same as you putting files in a file cabinet, but you're putting it in a deep section of a room or something where it's hard to find it. So you have to sift through the certain papers in order to get to those papers, which means basically you have to go through the standard papers, and then once those standard papers have been removed, you have to get to the back to the other papers or something like that. Um, I guess the best way to describe it is you have a huge wall cabinet of nothing but portrait paintings. And the wall cabinet contains nothing but portrait paintings, but your portrait paintings are alphabetized from A to Z. So to get to your Z memories, you have to go first past your A memories to get to Z, because you can't simply get to the Z memories or the Z paintings by simply just opening the cabinet and then you're in front of the Z paintings. They're all stacked on top of each other in order to make room, because like anything that gets compressed over time, years, minutes, hours, the wall cabinet eventually gets full, like a huge deluge of water. In order to contain it, things have to compile on top of each other. So the Z files were all probably compiled on top of each other, and so on and so forth. So even if you were to like touch on the Z files, depending on the type of memories that are associated with the Z file memories or Z file paintings, it could be small ones or it could be deep ones. I guess the deeper ones would be the ones that are heavier. And obviously anything that's the heaviest has to be at the bottom, and things that lightest has to be at the top, because it's easier to access lighter memories, because there are more things. Easier you can lift it, easier you can move through it. So that's what it is. So in some ways that's good with regards to the game. So it's trying to give you an understanding of how things operate in the real world physically and how they operate in the mind as well. It's the same concept. It's just that you're not physically touching things in your mind. You have to do it from a mechanical point of view. I mean, not a mechanical, but psychological point of view. So, but it's the same thing. So yeah, but they're not 100% the same, because you can't physically touch memories unless you're using this AI within this game to do so. So I'll continue from where I last left off. So I'll load the game. And I see, where's my sound effects right now? Maybe they're high up or maybe they're low. So sound is good, everything's good, so I could continue the game from where I last left off. So far the game is good, but if it turns out to be bad, it's simply based on the type of script that was made for the game. I don't really like the protagonist. He seemed to be kind of bland. I think the only thing that's good about him is that he's kind of witty every now and again. But beyond that, I don't find anything about him to be, well, a proper investigator. Like, what's most logical about how he investigates things? It hasn't been shown yet how he does his investigation, so I can't really judge him based on investigation, how his process to investigating or searching or clearing out or cleansing or evaluating and classifying. So I don't know those things yet, but I want to see how he does them. Maybe he does them in a sarcastic way or cynical way, and that's doing those things those way produce results, but I don't know as of yet. For right now, he's like a bland canvas. He's not a blank, but he's bland. He's not full of any rich colors yet. So we'll see how things go with regards to this game.
Good morning, Date. I was waiting for you.
Oh yeah, another thing I got to say about this game is like this game was probably made primarily for, obviously, for younger men or young boys and stuff, because logically anyone who's your boss wouldn't be sitting on a table like that whatsoever. They'd be sitting behind the counter. So this is like trying to, I guess you could try to sexualize women in this game in this way, to say that they're this type of way, or maybe they're not even this way. Is That's how Date sees them, and they don't sit like this whatsoever at all. It's just like maybe he's just mental. But either way, the people who made the game made the character to be like this, to sit on top of the desk, to be this type of person, to try to intimidate Dante in certain ways, or to try to sexualize his mentality towards certain things. Either way, it's a poor example of how a boss would behave anyway. But this is not the type of typical game, and this character is not the type of typical boss anyway. She's in an underground place, and she has to have happy stuff around her in order to make herself happy. So she would probably behave abnormal anyway, because she probably has an abnormal past and abnormal situations that make her abnormal. So her logic wouldn't be abnormal regardless, whether it's something that the people who create the game thought of or not. Either way you see it, there's no point for her to be sitting on the table. For all you know, they could have easily, if she was this abnormal, be sitting at the side of the table, but instead of behind the table. That will be even more abnormal than her sitting on the table. So yeah, I'm not fooled by this nonsense that they have in this game. They're simply putting all this crap in the game to sexualize how Dante feels with regards to women. That's one of the turnoffs I don't like with regards to his character. Yeah, he's trying to, it's like heavy, try to show heavy sex appeal towards Date and women. But all it does is just make them come off more of a creep and make the whole male chauvinistic thing or male fascist thing or male stereotype even more in the forefront. So for a game that's a mystery game, that's kind of an abnormality, because mystery people or any mystery game or any mystery stories, your main protagonist usually isn't that type of character to begin with. They don't care unless they're a type of weirdo. So in some ways, I guess you could say Date is that type of weirdo. That applies to him, but it shouldn't apply to her. That's why I say she's kind of like an anomaly. It doesn't make sense. That's also why I was saying that maybe they should have got rid of Dante, and this character here should have been the main character. Either way, I'm just gonna play. I'm not interested in the silliness, sexuality they put in the game that has nothing to do with the mystery whatsoever. And it's not appealing. It's not an appeal of the game. None of this stuff has to do with mystery. Like, that stuff you could find in any game. It doesn't make the mystery game any better or worse. It has nothing to do with it whatsoever. People who say otherwise are people who are looking for reasons to enjoy it by using those things. That's all. No reason. Like, if you want to enjoy a mystery game, it has to be the mystery that's making you enjoy the game, or you just enjoy it for your own sake. But you will never be 100% right, because the forefront of the game has to be mystery first and everything else after. If you say otherwise, then you're not playing a mystery game. You're playing a game you like. You're in your own world.
Hey, remember the case you brought up yesterday? The one that happened 6 years ago?
Okay, so I'm going to skip through all this. If anyone's watched this video, I'm going to skip through all this. All this was stated yesterday. There's no reason for me to do this all over again.
So it's...
I don't know.
Just give it... I wouldn't even if you.
But
It's top.
who was that?
That's a. Give it a rest. You keep.
This isn't.
I
Thank you.
Just. It's a del. So drop it. That's an order. Where do you
Metro.
underground?
Yeah.
No winter. So it's like a. Who do you think? I mean,
Huh. I've been.
trust me.
Wait.
Because if
Ah. What about the one we?
we were eight, it's. We did. We also
Meaning that
almost. Interrog.
the doctors, you see.
Did you,
Yeah.
were you with? You're like.
No.
In any case. The pic, the only evidence.
No.
Well, the chief.
Have you picked?
He's not.
I wonder. I did call.
He didn't?
No.
The local. No one. We. And. Let's see. We have. Although it's.
Well, I haven't.
Still, it's.
Medate. Rend. For.
I should all. It's a picture of. You'll need. The.
Right. What's the whole?
They didn't.
You should
All we know is that
pay.
it isn't whoever.
Hello?
No, I told.
I do not.
Well,
Hey.
now's not.
Hey, boss.
Don't have to get.
Wasn't the?
Yeah, but you can think.
I've been thinking. If I have.
Oh, I.
Meaning.
You have to.
Hey.
Where's the.
Just answer.
Huh, you're at. I'm right. You dork.
That hurt.
No.
I'm give.
Does. Alright.
You're at it.
So.
I was.
I don't. Can you. Is that we've been unit? I have.
Your joke.
The official you are not. It's a special. She.
Okay. What's the?
There is.
Tim.
Correct. I could. I can.
Aren't you with?
Please. I have to.
You have.
It was near. Thus.
So you.
That is. That air at the time. I analyzed. They were red.
Oh my.
Matsush. I have marked. That is all.
Way ahead of you. Let's go.
Affirmative.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry we aren't open yet.
Oh, I'm not a customer. I'm here for something else. I'm with the MPD.
Oh, heavens, no. Is my boy... Is Ota in trouble?
Calm down, ma'am. I'm just here to ask some questions. And you're Ota's...
His mother,
And your name, ma'am?
Mayumi Matsushita.
Miss Matsushita. Before we talk, could I make a request?
Mm?
Could you put that knife down, please?
Oh, goodness. Sorry. I think he went to buy some ingredients. He comes and goes all the time without telling me. This is nothing new.
Does this woman look familiar to you?
No, I don't recognize her. Who is she?
No one. Don't worry about it. The rain last night was pretty bad, wasn't it?
The rain? Oh, right, yes. Oh, it's just a little diner. But not to toot my own horn or anything. We do get quite a lot of customers here. I manage it with my husband, but it can get pretty hectic during lunchtime.
Peculiar.
What?
This establishment is near the Kawasaki district that's been off limits for 8 years. That could mean... Never mind.
Huh?
That boy, he's been hanging out at this office building lately.
What kind of office?
Oh, what was it? It's a place where irresponsible young men hang out. Nonconformists and the like.
What, like gangsters?
Oh, heavens, no, nothing like that. Ota wouldn't go to a place like that.
Then...
Oh, I remember. It's a production office, an entertainment company. What was it? I'm sorry, my memory's been so spotty lately. Because there's a goddess there.
What?
Ota says it all the time. A goddess. More like a witch, if you ask me.
A witch, huh?
Yes! A witch put a spell on my poor Ota. Makes him spend all his money on her. You see that box over there?
The one on the table?
Yes. Just look. You'll see what I mean. Yes, that good-for-nothing temptress works for that entertainment group. She's an idol.
Do you know her name? I'm assuming it's not witch.
Her name? I don't remember. I just call her the witch.
Alright, we're getting nowhere. She doesn't remember the talent or the company.
Even I am at a loss.
Yeah.
Oh, about 30 years now. We had to borrow a lot of money to get started, but back then, everyone was willing to lend you money. Call him?
Yes. Does he have a cell phone?
A cell phone? Why would he need a cell phone if we have a phone at the house?
He doesn't have one?
He better not. Waste of money.
You can abandon this line of questioning, Date. Ota does have a phone. I found his number.
Call it.
I have already attempted to call multiple times. There is no connection. Either the phone is off, or he has no reception.
Let's hope he's not face down in a gutter somewhere.
That would be unsanitary, as well as a violation of waste disposal codes.
Do you want to see? It was delivered a little while ago.
Any idea what's inside it?
It's bound to be merchandise from that horrible succubus. She forces Ota to buy them. I know it.
The sender is Great Grin.
A popular online store.
The product description reads, solid model.
We should look inside. Use the X-ray mode.
Now, what is this?
A solid PVC model of a person, known as a figure.
Something's written on the base.
The letters appear to be some kind of metal. The permeability of X-ray vision should make them legible.
A set.
Allow me to investigate. A moment, please.
She's cute.
You have zero standards, Kaname Date. This reminds me of the...
You reached pretty far back for that reference.
That's just the calendar. Thank goodness we have that. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what year it is. I'm kidding, of course.
What the hell?
Are you unfamiliar with the superstition? Imitating a cat's meow to a lucky cat statue grants that person happiness and luck.
Is that right? What is this place?
This is your dream.
I'm me.
Correct. You.
And you are?
Under normal circumstances.
Do you want to see? It was delivered a little while ago.
Any idea what's inside it?
It's bound to be merchandise from that whole... She forces Oda to...
The sender is Great Grin.
A popular online store.
The product description reads, solid model.
A large jellyfish.
Sure, it's a large jellyfish in the middle of this restaurant here.
Oh, yes. That good-for-nothing temptress works for that...
Date. There's a paper. We should look at.
Now, what is that?
Kitchen knife with a floral pattern.
And there's something written on the handle.
Mom, I love you always.
Ota gave me that knife for Mother's Day when he was in elementary school. He knows how much I love flowery designs. I've used it every single day since he gave it to me. Oh, it's more than just a kitchen knife. It means the world to me.
Date, I found some information about the figure. Aset is the name of a popular female musician.
That sounds like our witch. Is A-Set a group name?
No, it is a single artist.
An A-Set figure, huh?
Correct.
What's the name of her talent agency?
Lemniscate.
Sorry, what?
I repeat, Lemniscate.
Renju owns that company.
Correct.
Excuse me. Does the name Lemniscate ring a bell?
Oh, yes! That's where Ota goes.
Iba, bring the car around.
At once.
Yeah, so certain things might just be put in place to be coincidental, while others are not. Just because Renji owns the company doesn't mean he's attached towards whoever the murderer is. It could simply be like the murderer wants everyone to think that they're associated with each other. Or it could be something that's totally different. For instance, what would the kid have? What would her son, Ota, have to do with his wife's death? Other than the fact that he was in the park at the time. And he's interested in the artist for which he works, his friend works for. So that doesn't mean anything. During the investigation, they found that one guy that was there, the video camera, and it was Ota. And Ota just happened to be interested in this girl associated with this model or idol associated with the company that Renji works for. So there's no real connection there yet. It's just a random thing. What isn't random is that that he was in the park during when that thing happened, or when the killing happened, and now he's associated with the idol that for the company that Renji works for. So those are about the only two things that are connected there. Doesn't mean anything, to be honest with you. That could be pure coincidence. Just
That's him?
Correct.
Are you Ota Matsushita?
Who are you?
I'm from the MPD.
The police? How did you know that?
Because I'm psychic.
Excuse me? Last night?
Don't play dumb, kid. Yesterday, 9 p.m., you called the police from a payphone. You told them about the screaming you heard coming from Bloom Park.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, Ota, look. We either do this here, or I take you down to the station.
Do you have a warrant? Article 2.3 of the Execution of Law Enforcement Code. Unless initiated by legal process, no person shall be detained or obligated to answer any questions without explicit consent.
yeah, so that's another reason why I don't like Date. He goes against the grain of the law, but he also follows the law as well. It's like a lot of police officers. Police officers hate to hear that you drop the law on them. You know, like this says this and you can't do this. They hate that shit, but yet they follow the law. That's why he still seems to be very great to me, Date. So there's nothing about Date that's special yet to consider him very important. He's simply the same old flatfoot, or the same old detective investigator type. Nothing really special about him yet. His behavior is commonplace within anime as far as investigations go, or investigators in anime go. But he's kind of like more on the side of don't add up. Like most animations and most games, they have the investigators actually be more serious. And if they do hate people like this, it's out of things more than just the way they behave.
Nothing. Could you stop bothering me, please? No? I'm kinda busy right now.
Date, wait. Causing a disturbance in public will result in disciplinary action.
Then what should I do?
I have an idea. Give me a moment. I told you to wait.
Waiting's just pissing me off more.
Perhaps your dosage needs to be increased.
What?
Listen to me, Date. Ota's PC is connected to the internet via Wi-Fi.
And?
I was curious, so I hacked into it.
Does Tessa refer to Aset?
That is a popular fan nickname for her.
That means Mato has to be Ota.
Correct. However, it appears that Ota is the one operating the other 3 accounts as well.
What?
Optical Protein Fiber, Pongo Ponko, and KG are all Ota's sub-accounts. Ota is insulting Aset and defending her all by himself. This is what's known as a straw man sock puppet or false flagging.
This kid is pathetic. Hey, kid.
What do you want?
I'm gonna tell Aset
Tell her what?
that you're sock puppeting for her on Twitter.
What are you talking about?
You should drop the attitude.
You shouldn't make those kinds of accusations. Do you want to get sued for defamation?
Optical Protein Fiber, Pongo Ponko, and KG are all your sub-accounts.
What? How do you know that?
I told you, kid. I'm psychic. Now, I have some questions for you.
Fine.
I'm gonna ask you again. Were you the one who reported the screaming at Bloom Park around 9?
Yes.
Why were you in the area? You better tell me, or I'll tell everyone about your little imaginary enemies. Hey everyone, this guy...
Okay, I'll talk. Just shh. I went to Bloom Park because I was supposed to meet someone.
Did you enter the park?
Yes,
So who were you meeting?
a girl named Mizuki Okiura.
What did you say?
Mizuki Okiura? She's the daughter of the president of Lemniscate. Do you know her?
Yeah, I know her.
She's just a friend.
Yes, she better be.
What? Why do you care?
Where and how did you two meet?
Here, the Lemniscate lobby. Mizuki is friends with Tessa. I was talking to Tessa one day and she just comes up like, hey.
When was this?
Last September. So, I guess the relationship has lasted over a year now.
Don't call it a relationship.
Well, what am I supposed to call it? Anyway, I have her look over my work sometimes.
Work?
I write light novels.
Really? What's your pen name?
Odoin Kyoma.
That is a lie. Database searches reveal no professional authors have ever submitted work under that name.
Hey, Ota. How about you stop lying to me? My third eye can see through your bullshit.
Well, I'm not a published author. I'm an aspiring author, to be exact. So, anyway, Mizuki reads my novels. I get notes and advice from her.
From a 6th grader?
She's surprisingly insightful. She has the talent to be an editor for sure. Around 8:10 last night, I got a call from Mizuki saying she wanted to meet me at Bloom Park. She sounded scared. You know how that area is run down and abandoned? I think she wanted me to go with her as protection.
But why Bloom Park?
Someone messaged her on Nile.
Nile is a popular messaging application for smartphones and PCs.
What did they say?
She didn't tell me exactly, but it said to come to the merry-go-round at Bloom Park tonight.
Who sent it?
I don't know. But Mizuki was determined to go.
What happened next?
I met up with Mizuki and we went into the park.
Did you leave her there? You left a 12-year-old girl by herself?
I didn't mean to. I was panicking. People do stupid things when they're in fight or flight mode. Like when people grab their pillow and run out of their house in a fire.
Jeez, you're a real hero, kid.
See, I knew you would make fun of me. This is why I didn't want to tell you.
Is that why you didn't identify yourself on the phone? You seriously didn't think we'd find you? Mizuki would have told us everything.
I didn't think she would.
Why wouldn't she?
She said that if she ever got caught going out at night with someone like me, her roommate would kill her.
Good girl.
I tried using my cell phone at first, but my heart was pounding and I was scared and my hand was shaking. And with the rain last night, it kind of slipped out of my hand.
You dropped it?
Yeah, right into a puddle.
Iba, can you trace the last signal that Ota's phone sent out?
Near Bloom Park, just past 9 p.m. The phone has not been turned on since.
I guess he's telling the truth.
Hey, Ota, what are you doing?
Tessa!
And you are?
Mr. Date from the MPD. He came here to ask me about what happened last night.
You mean a detective? Wow! I've never met a real detective before!
And that's why in some ways,
Your adrenaline level is rising.
and that's why in some ways,
No, nothing.
and that's why in some ways I don't like this game, because every single woman this guy comes across, he comes across as a pervy. Like this kid comes across as a pervy with a 12-year-old, and then Date comes across as a pervy when it comes to women as well. Like he's much older than this person, and he's much older than the little girl. The whole thing is pervy. So I'm like, oh man, I'm just here for the mystery. For some godforsaken reason, Japanese people seem to be obsessed with putting pervy stuff in every single, shoehorn their perviness into the game. That's why I will never consider this game to be in the high 9s or even in the low 9s. Because man, that stuff really pissed me off. Like this guy Date is a weirdo. He's a detective, but he acts like he's 12 years old when it comes to women. Come on, man. That doesn't make the game interesting. It just pisses people off. You know who likes this stuff though? Or who likes this game? The pervies. I'm here for the mystery. Now, I'm very interested in what was going on with the mystery itself. One, this loser ass kid showed up to